and stories everywhere.
From north, south, east to west, we take you there.
With exclusive video from Chopper 5, the only local helicopter covering breaking news first and fast.
At WPTV, accuracy counts.
We get the facts right every time.
Breaking news happens fast. Get the best coverage from the team you trust.
This is your home, and we want you to stay informed.
We are
WPTV News Channel 5.
Today on 5, weekdays 4:30 to 7 a.m.
You've seen it rain in the front yard, but not in the back. Experience nature's best and worst. Witness showers that come out of nowhere. Enjoy the thrill of going out. Whether you grew up in the sun or moved here for it, this is your home. WPTV News Channel 5.
Live Viper 5 Max, tracking storm conditions every minute and right to your backyard.
Storm Team 5 alerting you first with the area's only radar tower.
This is your home, and the Storm Team 5 technology is here to keep you safe.
Anywhere, anytime, period.
Storm Team 5, only on WPTV News Channel 5. Breaking news and traffic trouble spots first.
Know what's happening right now.
with a view you won't get anywhere else.
Chopper 5, the only local helicopter covering breaking news first and fast.
Whether this is your hometown or your home now, this is your home. WPTV News Channel 5.
The Now South Florida is all about right now.
Oh my gosh, I love the Now.
Do you ever catch us on Channel 5 by
I
chance?
certainly do. I feel like I know you.
This is your home, and we're here to share relevant local news when you need it most.
It's a little bit of news and it's a little bit of fun stuff.
The Now South Florida, the only local 4 p.m. newscast. A Martin County beach closed after a lifeguard was bitten by a shark. What we are learning now, we are live with details.
It's the first day of the South Florida Fair. Hundreds of people like myself are enjoying the food, the fun, and the rides. Find out how much it will cost you coming up next.
An unbelievable story. A little girl stolen at birth 18 years ago has been found alive. What we're learning about the woman charged with the crime. It's 4 o'clock in South Florida, and this is the Now. We have breaking news right now in Palm Beach Gardens, where a worker is trapped inside a water tower. The images coming out of the scene, pretty dramatic here. The Now's Tanya Rogers is live there for us, covering this as it unfolds. Tanya?
Now we are live right now off of Hood Road. We're just west of alternate A1A. Here is the scene right behind me. You'll see Palm Beach Gardens Fire Rescue and Special Ops on scene. Now this is what we know around 2:45 this afternoon. They say an employee of Seacoast Utility Authority was working inside the water tower. He had a medical incident and 911 was called. Now paramedics were able to reach him on the top landing inside. Now they have helped him, but they were trying to figure out how to actually rope him down. Palm Beach Gardens actually taking a picture and showing a picture of inside the water tower and how tall this water tower is. So they were figuring out how to rope him down. Now we're being told that they have figured it out and they are starting to bring him down. But again, he had a medical emergency and they had to go in there and attend to him and then rescue him and bring him down. Of course, we'll continue to give you updates. Reporting live for the Now South Florida, I'm Tanya Rogers.
For the best on that, Tanya, keep us updated. Thank you. It happens without warning, really in an instant. A shark bite just this afternoon. It forced Martin County Ocean Rescue to shut down a popular beach. The Now's Andrew Lofholm is live with what he's uncovered today. Andrew?
Shannon, you can see the double red flags up there above that lifeguard tower here, meaning that the beach is closed. Jensen Beach here is closed until further notice. Now, here's what happened earlier this morning. A lifeguard was actually out here paddling when he was bit by a shark in the hand. Now, thankfully, his injuries are minor. Now, despite the beach being closed for swimming today, it was still busy. We talked to 2 guys who were here from out of town who were hoping to go swimming.
Guess we'll just enjoy the scenery, I guess. I don't want nobody getting bit by no shark. We kind of wanted to see a shark close, but not that close as a shark attack. Hopefully the lifeguard's okay.
Now, this beach will be closed for swimming until further notice. That's what I'm told. Reporting live at Jensen Beach, Andrew Laughlin for the Now South Florida.
Andrew, thank you. Right now, the South Florida Fair underway. The fair is open for the next 2 weeks. The theme this year, New Orleans, and there are a lot of fun, food, and rides. The Now's Alana Quillen is covering the fair for us. We're going to take you there live in just a couple of minutes from now. But first, get in the know about CO. That is the new campaign Palm Beach County Fire Rescue is launching to raise awareness about carbon monoxide poisoning. They are handing out brochures with information about this at the fair this upcoming weekend. Firefighters say they are linking an uptick in carbon monoxide related deaths to an increase in the number of keyless ignition cars now being used. Too many people, they say, are forgetting to turn off their cars, and they leave them running inside their garage.
The vehicle's left on, carbon monoxide builds up, and it will seep through the walls and get into the house. And if you're sleeping, then you don't know that this is building up. And unfortunately, we've had people who have gone to sleep and never woke up.
Firefighters are also reminding people to make sure that they have carbon monoxide alarms in their home. We've watched for days as crews have worked hard getting everything just perfect. Right now, the South Florida Fair is officially underway. If you go, there's a lot to do. But what is it going to cost you? The Now's Alana Quillen is joining us live from high above the fairgrounds with an answer to that question and advice on how we can all save. It looks like fun, Alana.
Hi, Shannon. Yeah, greetings from high atop the South Florida Fair here on the carousel. This is just one of the many rides to enjoy. From here, you can see all of the vendors, food carts, and games. Add it all up, and it costs a lot. Now, I calculated it. Mom, dad, couple of kids. Tickets alone at full price can cost $50. And then there's wristbands for all of these rides, or well over $150 for all 4 people. That's not even including food. But there are ways that you can come, enjoy, and save. Christine Waring saves up for the fair every year.
This is my thing. Everybody calls me a big fair dork, so.
She and fellow mom Emily Brock take several kids out for a day of fun.
We save up for a little bit. We know it's coming, and we save holiday money a little bit to the side so that we can come in here and use it for this.
Food, rides, tickets cost families hundreds of dollars.
The prices do seem to be kind of high, but if you watch what you're doing, you can get special deals.
That's his job. I
yeah,
spend
that's
the money. He tries to save it.
Yeah.
But fair organizers say there are some new additions to the fair this year to help you save.
The biggest one is Fat Tuesday, $2 Fat Tuesday. Both the 24th and the 17th of January, both Tuesdays, you can get admission to the fair for $2. A bunch of the rides out here are $2. And every food vendor has a food item for $2.
Wednesdays are 2-for-1 admission. Plus, Senior Day on the 23rd is $5 for senior tickets. Fairgoers told me they take advantage of coupons too.
And on Coke cans, you can save, I think, $5 as well. You can buy a discount ticket at Publix and then use it again to come back. So that's a great, yes.
So fair organizers are a private nonprofit organization, so revenues from the fair go towards making improvements. Now take a look, it goes into such as the brand new pavement in the ride area that you're seeing right here and into a new security center on the grounds. Now I'm surprised I made it this far because I am a little bit afraid of heights. We're reporting live from high above the South Florida Fair. I'm Alana Quillen for the Now South Florida.
But she looked cool as a cucumber, didn't she?
I mean, nice job, Alana. Very cool.
Not a bead of sweat. I'm afraid of heights too, and I was watching her the whole time. I'm enjoying the view, but thinking,
very fun.
Better her than me.
Yeah,
she
nice. I love that stuff.
Great job. I know. I was surprised you weren't out there
very
today.
Cool.
Because this is your kind of reporting.
Yeah, I love it. Love it. Alana's doing a great job. The fair weather is going to be amazing too. Good. We have a great start to it. If you're heading out tonight, I don't expect any problems. And in fact, temperatures will start to drop in the low 70s for pretty much the rest of the evening. Maybe if you're staying super late, it'll get into the upper 60s. But for the most part, a beautiful evening out there. Very slim chance for an isolated shower really all weekend long. High temperatures tomorrow and Sunday, mid-70s, and I do think we're going to drop the humidity a little bit too, but it'll be enough to be able to tell, especially in the evenings. Will be absolutely fantastic. So no problems expected for the fair for the opening weekend. High five, looking gorge out there with current temperatures mainly into the upper 70s. A couple of showers making their way on shore right around Stewart, Jensen Beach area. The rest of the evening looks fine. As I said, temperatures will drop into the low 70s with just a very slim chance for an isolated shower.
James, thank you. An amazing story now about really just never giving up hope when you're looking for a missing child. This is a photo you saw her a moment ago of a baby just before she was kidnapped 18 years ago from a Jacksonville hospital. Well, now deputies have found her 18 years later safe in South Carolina. They arrested the woman you saw a moment ago, 51-year-old Gloria Williams, who is accused of kidnapping Kamaya Mobley by posing as a nurse.
This is what we strive for, justice for our victims, no matter how long it takes.
Mobley now goes by a different name, but investigators used DNA to confirm her identity. It will now be up to her whether she wants to reconnect with her birth family. This is video of the girl's mom from around the time that the baby was taken from that hospital. She's obviously distraught. The sheriff says that the birth family, is rejoicing. Coming up next, here on The Now, the U.S. charges 3 Takata executives with lying to customers and hiding data that their airbags were deadly. Just how long was Takata covering up the danger? Todd Walker is investigating. Right now, we want to get you outside and a live look through our Live FF camera network. Of course, a glimpse at the South Florida Fairgrounds. You're watching The Now on WPTV News Channel 5.
Your home now. This is your home. WPTV News Channel 5.
The Now South Florida is all about right now.
Oh my gosh, I love the Now.
Do you ever catch us on Channel 5 by chance?
I certainly do. I feel like I know you.
This is your home, and we're here to share relevant local news when you need it most.
It's a little bit of news and it's a little bit of fun stuff.
The Now South Florida, the only local 4 p.m. newscast.
WPTV News Channel 5, breaking important stories everywhere.
From north, south, east to west, we take you there.
With exclusive video from Chopper 5, the only local helicopter covering breaking news first and fast.
At WPTV, accuracy counts.
We get the facts right every time.
Breaking news happens fast. Get the best coverage from the team you trust.
This is your home, and we want you to stay informed.
We are
WPTV News Channel 5.
Today on 5, weekdays 4:30 to 7 a.m.
You've seen it rain in the front yard, but not in the back. Experience nature's best and worst. Witness showers that come out of nowhere. Enjoy the thrill of going out. Whether you grew up in the sun or moved here for it, this is your home. WPTV News Channel 5.
Live Viper 5 Max, tracking storm conditions every minute and right to your backyard.
Storm Team 5 alerting you first with the area's only radar tower.
This is your home, and the Storm Team 5 technology is here to keep you safe.
Anywhere, anytime, period.
Storm Team 5, only on WPTV News Channel 5. Breaking news and traffic trouble spots first.
Know what's happening right now.
with a view you won't get anywhere else.
Chopper 5, the only local helicopter covering breaking news first and fast.
Whether this is your hometown or your home now, this is your home. WPTV News Channel 5.
The Now South Florida is all about right now.
Oh my gosh, I love the Now.
Do you ever catch us on Channel 5 by chance?
I certainly do. I feel like I know you.
This is your home, and we're here to share relevant local news when you need it most.
It's a little bit of news and it's a little bit of fun stuff.
The Now South Florida, the only local 4 p.m. today marks 1 week since a gunman opened fire at the airport in Fort Lauderdale. 5 people, as you know, were killed. Today, people gathered at the airport for a moment of reflection. The Broward County Mayor and the Broward County Aviation Department hosted the event for airport employees to help with the healing process. Afterward, the baggage claim area where that shooting took place was reopened for service. The suspected gunman was arrested shortly after last week's shooting. He is being held without bond. Breaking now, the House just joined the Senate in passing a budget that will begin the process of repealing Obamacare. The Senate passed that bill yesterday. As you know, there are a lot more steps before the Affordable Care Act will be officially repealed. And we also still don't know what's the replacement plan. President-elect Donald Trump tweeted out today, quote, "The Unaffordable Care Act will soon be history." He could send his plan to Congress as soon as a week from now, or a week rather, after he is inaugurated. Developing right now, the Department of Homeland Security says there is no specific credible threat about a possible attack during the presidential inauguration. But as you may expect, they are still ramping up security in light of recent lone wolf attacks.
I've done a lot to plan for the public safety and security of these events, to be on guard against acts of violence, demonstrations that get out of hand, and to provide for a safe and secure presidential inauguration.
Among the safeguards, 28,000 security guards will be deployed and 40 federal, state, and local agencies will be working together. Johnson estimates upwards of 900,000 people will be attending the inauguration. That will include nearly 100 different protest groups. Deceive and endanger Americans and pay the price. That was the warning today from the Department of Justice as prosecutors announced charges against former Takata airbag executives. And, by the way, a $1 billion settlement, too. The Now's Todd Walker reports what executives knew and hid from you for years.
Their products were supposed to save lives and prevent injuries, but today federal prosecutors said executives from Japanese airbag maker Takata actively worked to hide the fact that their airbags did the exact opposite.
Time and again, it put profit and production schedules ahead of people's safety.
In Detroit today, the Department of Justice announced it has charged 3 executives for their roles in the scandal, plus a $1 billion settlement with Takata.
Even after the inflators began to fail in the field and injuries and deaths were occurring, these Takata executives continued to withhold the true data from its customers.
Prosecutors say Takata knew as early as the year 2000 that airbag inflators were faulty.
These 3 Takata executives routinely discussed in email messages the need to falsify reports to its customers.
While we can't put corporations in jail, we can put their employees in jail and force companies to admit wrongdoing and pay substantial financial penalties.
The 3 executives are still in Japan, so it's up to the Japanese government whether they will be extradited to the United States. All told, 11 people have died in the United States, and there have been 184 injuries reported because of Takata's faulty airbags. Right now, 42 million cars in the U.S. are under recall, and it will take years for all of those cars to be fixed. For the Now, I'm Todd Walker.
Shocking, isn't it? Todd, thank you. $975 million of that $1 billion settlement will go toward restitution for victims and a fund to replace all those faulty parts. Underscoring that this problem isn't going away anytime soon, today Toyota announced that it is recalling an additional 500,000 cars right here in the U.S. Those include several Toyota and Lexus models made from 2006 right through 2012. The Detroit Auto Show in full gear, and a notoriously uncool car is getting an upgrade. The Now's Chris Stewart shows us what's new. Chris?
Shannon, it's the often dreaded, often joked about parental rite of passage, getting a minivan. But automakers are working on making family-friendly vehicles cool. Now, there's a focus on technology that's making minivans a lot more interesting than before. The Detroit Auto Show recognized the utility vehicle category for the first time this year. The Chrysler Pacifica was crowned the winner of this new section. It's the first hybrid minivan ever, with features targeting not just the driver.
There's a lot of great technology for the back seats too. There's a navigation system for kids, for example, so they won't ask you when you're going to get there all the time.
Honda also unveiled its updated Odyssey in Detroit with new cabin control. It's a night vision camera inside the car that lets you see the people in the middle and back row, even if it's pitch black outside. Instead of yelling from the front seat, the driver can interrupt entertainment and communicate through an interior intercom system. And someday soon, there might not be a true driver at all.
If you take away the chore of driving, now you as the parent can enjoy that too, and maybe turn your seat all the way around and engage in a board game with your kids.
And Shannon, when that happens, the minivan, it's gonna be more like a modern living room on wheels. And automakers say all of that could happen within the next 5 years. Back to you.
Wow, then everybody's gonna want one, right? It won't be uncool anymore at all. Chris Stewart, thanks so much. My head's spinning. Can't wrap my mind around it. Looking to get outside to do something fun this weekend? Well, the 43rd annual boat show kicks off today in Stewart. The show is the largest on the Treasure Coast and features everything from small boats to luxury yachts worth up to $4 million. The gates close at 6 o'clock tonight, and the festival, it runs right through Sunday. And James Whelan here in the Weather Center telling us what the weekend weather's looking like, isn't it?
Yeah, we got a lot of great things going on. We have, the fair, the boat show, the supercar weekend free show in downtown West Palm Beach on the waterfront. That's Sunday, and that's going to be amazing. And the weather looks absolutely fantastic for everything we have going on out there. Let's go to the beach. Maybe you have that in the plans. Well, we do have rip current risk here through the weekend, so keep that in mind if you are heading down. And in fact, right on the camera here, we're spotting one of those rip currents. Easy to see from above, but there it is right there. Notice how it kind of funnels the water out, and this is more of the sandy type of water there, and it kind of pushes it out, and then it dissipates. So what you want to do is always swim to the side and then in, instead of trying to fight it going straight in. That'll tire you out. All right, we are tracking a couple of showers, mainly into Martin County, right around Stewart and Hudson Eye and Sailfish Point. You're going to see a shower blow ashore right now. Not real heavy, but just a quick shower blowing on through, and then you'll return to partly cloudy skies. Hour-by-hour forecast this evening for your Friday evening. No big problems, just aside from an isolated coastal shower every now and then. Temperatures will drop into the low 70s and upper 60s, mainly partly cloudy to fair skies. Enjoy it.
We will. James, thank you. Still to come here on The Now. What would you do without your parents? I say it almost every day. Turns out a lot of us are asking them to help out when it comes to childcare. They're taking care of their grandkids. My mom's doing it for me right now. How much it is costing them to do it. It may surprise me. It might surprise you. We're going to break it down on the other side of this break. Back in a moment.
WPTV News Channel 5, breaking important stories everywhere.
From north, south, east to west, we take you there.
With exclusive video from Chopper 5, the only local helicopter covering breaking news first and fast.
At WPTV, accuracy counts.
We get the facts right every time.
Breaking news happens fast. Get the best coverage from the team you trust.
This is your home, and we want you to stay informed.
We are
WPTV News Channel 5.
Today on 5, weekdays 4:30 to 7 a.m.
You've seen it rain in the front yard, but not in the back. Experience nature's best and worst. Witness showers that come out of nowhere. Enjoy the thrill of going out. Whether you grew up in the sun or moved here for it, this is your home. WPTV News Channel 5.
Live Viper 5 Max, tracking storm conditions every minute and right to your backyard.
Storm Team 5 alerting you first with the area's only radar tower.
This is your home, and the Storm Team 5 technology is here to keep you safe.
Anywhere, anytime. Period.
Storm Team 5, only on WPTV News Channel 5. Breaking news and traffic trouble spots first.
Know what's happening right now.
with a view you won't get anywhere else.
Chopper 5, the only local helicopter covering breaking news first and fast.
Whether this is your hometown or your home now, this is your home. WPTV News Channel 5.
The Now South Florida is all about right now.
Oh my gosh, I love the Now.
Do you ever catch us on Channel 5 by chance?
I certainly do. I feel like I know you.
This is your home, and we're here to share relevant local news when you need it most.
It's a little bit of news and it's a little bit of fun stuff.
The Now South Florida, the only local 4 p.m. newscast. Back here on the Now South Florida, we're all trying to make our money go a little bit further these days. So you're going to want to see this list from job hunting site Glassdoor. It's of the cities where you can live really, really well on $60,000 a year. Detroit comes in at number 1, where Glassdoor says the average home value is just more than $123,000. Memphis came in at number 2, followed by Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and Indianapolis. Some of those are some really fun cities. Grandparents, they're playing a bigger and bigger role every single day in helping raise grandkids. You may be experiencing this yourself right now. I know my mom is watching one of my sons today. We had so many kid things going on. We had to tag team and different people had to take them in different directions. Anyway, I'm very grateful for my parents and their willingness to step in at any time. But I'm curious, what does it cost them? Now's Ashley Henson joining us with more on this. Ashley.
It takes a village, doesn't it, Shannon?
Yeah, it does.
And 8 in 10 grandparents say they're providing financial support for their grandkids. That's according to a study from TD Ameritrade. It comes out to close to $2,400 a year on average. Most of that money is spent on toys and clothes, but also on things like school expenses and giving grandkids an allowance. Grandparents are giving a lot of their time too. The study found on average they are spending 48 hours a week on things like babysitting and driving their grandkids to their activities. Parents estimate the value of all of that help at an average of $300 a week. They're saving that much money, but even though they're not getting paid, the grandparents, they say, no, they're happy to help being around their grandkids. 40% say their adult child didn't ask them for help. They just offered it. And then 43% say they help because it makes them happy. So like I said, it takes a village. A lot of people got to work together to raise those kids right, Shan?
Absolutely. I mean, and you're really, really grateful when they're willing to step in and help out. It really does make a world of difference, and helpful to know that, you know, someone that truly loves your child is with them at the time. So helps mom and dad while they're at work.
They're taking great care of them.
Absolutely. Ashley, thank you. Thanks for that breakdown. Lady Liberty is now an African-American woman for the first time on our money. You're looking at the commemorative coin from the U.S. Mint and Treasury. It's worth $100 and it is meant for collectors. It comes out at the beginning of April. The Mint says it will also have Lady Liberty as a Hispanic, Asian, and Native American on future collector coins. Still ahead here on the Now. It's not rocket science. Stay off the train tracks when the rails are down. And whatever you do, don't try to beat them. Well, there's new evidence out that shows most of us are not heeding those warnings. And the government is spending millions in hopes that we finally do. The story is coming up next here on the Now. You are watching the Now on WPTV, News Channel 5.
You've seen it rain in the front yard, but not in the back. Experience nature's best and worst. Witness showers that come out of nowhere. Enjoy the thrill of going out. Whether you grew up in the sun or moved here for it, this is your home. WPTV News Channel 5.
Live Viper 5 Max, tracking storm conditions every minute and right to your backyard.
Storm Team 5, alerting you first with the area's only radar tower.
This is your home, and the Storm Team 5 technology is here to keep you safe.
Anywhere, anytime, period.
Storm Team 5, only on WPTV News Channel 5. Breaking news and traffic trouble spots first.
Know what's happening right now.
With a view you won't get anywhere else.
Chopper 5, the only local helicopter covering breaking news first and fast.
Whether this is your hometown or your home now, this is your home. WPTV News Channel 5.
The Now South Florida is all about right now.
Oh my gosh, I love the Now.
Do you ever catch us on Channel 5 by chance?
I certainly do. I feel like I know you.
This is your home, and we're here to share relevant local news when you need it most.
It's a little bit of news and it's a little bit of fun stuff.
The Now South Florida, the only local 4 p.m. newscast.
WPTV News Channel 5, breaking important stories everywhere.
From north, south, east to west, we take you there.
With exclusive video from Chopper 5, the only local helicopter covering breaking news first and fast.
At WPTV, accuracy counts.
We get the facts right every time.
Breaking news happens fast. Get the best coverage from the team you trust.
This is your home, and we want you to stay informed.
We are WPTV News Channel 5.
Today on 5, weekdays 4:30 to 7 a.m.
You've seen it rain in the front yard, but not in the back. Experience nature's best and worst. Witness showers that come out of nowhere. Enjoy the thrill of going out. Whether you grew up in the sun or moved here for it, this is your home.
Breaking news from Capitol Hill right now. Out of Washington, D.C., the House has just passed a waiver that will allow retired General James Mattis to serve as Defense Secretary. Clears the path now for his confirmation. Of course, he still has to be confirmed. But the House voted 268 to 151 on this waiver, with all but one of the no votes coming from the Democrats. The White House said President Obama will sign the bill if Congress passes it before he leaves office. Mattis needs this waiver because of a law that says defense secretaries have to be out of uniform for at least 7 years for them to serve in a cabinet. Mattis retired in 2013, so he needed this waiver. He got the waiver. He still, though, has to be approved to be part of Trump's official cabinet. It seems like common sense not to cross a railroad track if a train's coming, right? But the Department of Transportation says people just are not getting that message. And in the last few years, there has been a spike in the number of people killed in train accidents. The Now's Kamasi Aaron tells us what they're doing, the federal government that is, to try to put an end to that.
The government is spending $7 million on new ads that are going to air all across the country. And it may seem like a hefty price tag, but the Federal Railroad Association says despite things like lighting and even these rails, it's still an issue, so something more has to be done.
If you think trains will stop if they see a car on the tracks,
it's a powerful ad designed to get people to think twice before crossing a railroad track. The Stop Trains Can't campaign is the latest in a 2-year effort by the Department of Transportation to reduce accidents and ultimately deaths at railroad crossings across the country.
Stop. Trains can't.
Rail incidents are actually down in the last 10 years, but the DOT says every 3 hours, a person or a vehicle is hit by a train in the United States. And the number of people who died at railroad crossings spiked in 2014. In 2016 alone, more than 200 people died in railroad crossing incidents. By law, trains always have the right-of-way because they can't swerve or stop quickly. In fact, the DOT says a freight train traveling 55 miles an hour takes a mile. That's the length of 18 football fields or even more to stop, even if they have the emergency brake on. The DOT admits this is an old problem, but one they believe can be solved. They believe every death at a crossing like this is preventable. For the Now, I'm Kamasi Aaron.
Kamasi, thanks. Now, this ad is targeted toward men ages 18 to 49. That's the group that the Federal Railroad Administration has found are really more at risk. The ad will air in states where the 15 most dangerous crossings are located and in states that had 75% of those crossing accidents in the year 2015. The Department of Justice has found another big city police department violating our constitutional rights. This time it's Chicago. The DOJ has been investigating for the past year after the shooting death of 17-year-old Laquan McDonald and protests that gained national attention as well. The DOJ found a pattern, they say, of excessive and deadly force. Officers, they say, shot at suspects who posed no immediate threat, shot at cars without justification, and used force to retaliate against some people. The United States Attorney General says the city has already taken steps to improve oversight and to support community policing.
But our report makes clear that there is still considerable work to be done, work that will require federal partnership and independent oversight.
Chicago has been dealing with an increase in violent crime, as you know, just recently. It saw a record number of murders last year, an average of 2 every single day. Right now, a pretty big push in Congress for Ivanka Trump's childcare plan. The president-elect and his daughter, Ivanka, have made it clear they want to push their reform proposal through a broader tax reform package in Congress. This proposal would include a childcare tax credit and 6 weeks of maternity leave protection. But this comes with a pretty hefty price tag, $300 billion. Trump's transition officials hope to pool money, they say, from other programs and through tax reform to pay for all of this. However, most congressional Republicans have opposed similar proposals from Democrats. They've come from the other side of the aisle, usually because of this steep price tag. We expect to hear some final decisions about all of this and where the money is going to come from to pay for it coming up later this spring. Agricultural officials in Louisiana are really concerned right now after 10 horses contracted equine herpes. The location where veterans tested the first horse for this virus is at the New Orleans Fairgrounds there. Possibly this put dozens of other horses at risk.
The first test case was in what's called the receiving barn. And the receiving barn, those are the day racers. They come in and they leave every day. And so in that particular case, we have traced, and to my knowledge, all the horses in that 65. They are now all being tested and retested to make sure that they too are not positive.
Wow, that's so tragic. There are 2,000 horses currently stabled at the fairgrounds, and around 300 horses are in barns under a controlled quarantine at the moment. The state veterinarian also placed the entire facility under quarantine, meaning no horses in or out of the fairgrounds at all. The state has called in an infectious disease specialist from the state of Kentucky to try to stop the spread of this virus. Wow. Right now, we want to take you live, a live look anyway, to the South Florida Fairgrounds here. The fair is happening at the moment, and it will be here for the next 2 weeks. It's a glorious day out there. This year, the New Orleans theme is making for a colorful parade and new Cajun food stands like po' boys and bourbon bread pudding. Whatever you do, don't forget to stop by, I'm told, the Model Railroad exhibit. It features our very own Kelly Dunn. That's a tease. We'll have to go down and see what that's all about. Sounds like fun. Do you remember the outrage, over the EpiPen price hike? The cost of the life-saving medication just skyrocketed to more than $600. Well, now one major insurance company is saying no way. It's only going to cover the cheaper generic version. They won't even pay for the expensive stuff. Which provider that is, we're going to fill you in coming up next. You are watching The Now on WPTV News Channel 5.
Breaking news first and fast.
At WPTV, accuracy counts.
We get the facts right every time.
Breaking news happens fast. Get the best coverage from the team you trust.
This is your home, and we want you to stay informed.
We are
WPTV News Channel 5.
Today on 5, weekdays 4:30 to 7 a.m.
You've seen it rain in the front yard, but not in the back. Experience nature's best and worst. Witness showers that come out of nowhere. Enjoy the thrill of going out. Whether you grew up in the sun or moved here for it, this is your home. WPTV News Channel 5.
Live Viper 5 Max. tracking storm conditions every minute and right to your backyard.
Storm Team 5 alerting you first with the area's only radar tower.
This is your home, and the Storm Team 5 technology is here to keep you safe.
Anywhere, anytime. Period.
Storm Team 5, only on WPTV News Channel 5. Breaking news and traffic trouble spots first.
Know what's happening right now.
With a view you won't get anywhere else.
Chopper 5, the only local helicopter covering breaking news first and fast.
Whether this is your hometown or your home now, this is your home. WPTV News Channel 5.
The Now South Florida is all about right now.
Oh my gosh, I love the Now.
Do you ever catch us on Channel 5 by chance?
I certainly do. I feel like I know you.
This is your home, and we're here to share relevant local news when you need it most.
It's a little bit of news and it's a little bit of fun stuff.
The Now South Florida, the only local 4 p.m. newscast. WPTV News Channel 5 breaking important stories everywhere.
From north, south, east to west, we take you there.
With exclusive video from Chopper 5, the only local helicopter covering breaking news first and fast.
At WPTV, accuracy counts.
We get the facts right every time.
Breaking news happens fast. Get the best coverage from the team you trust.
This is your home, and we want you to stay informed.
We are
WPTV News Channel 5.
Today on 5, weekdays 4:30 to 7 a.m.
You've seen it rain in the front yard, but not in the back. Experience nature's best and worst. Witness showers that come out of nowhere. Enjoy the thrill.
One insurance company is making sure that you don't even have an option to buy that full price version of the EpiPen. Insurer Cigna says it will now only cover the generic version Mylan launched last month. We've told you here on the Now, we cover it, you know, every couple days here we hit this story, that the generic is about $300 compared to the $600 full price version. There's also at least one cheaper generic version than Mylan is offering. We told you about this yesterday on the Now, the generic of Adrenaclick. You can get it at CVS right now for about $110, which sounds a lot more reasonable. Your Christmas tree may be long gone. Not mine yet, haven't cleaned up. But anyway, you set it on the curb for yard waste. Go ahead and pick up. One woman, though, puts her holiday leftovers to good use.
Christmas trees is high on their list of a good snack.
They are delicious snacks, apparently, for goats. They're on her dairy farm, providing extra fiber and vitamins, and her neighbors get a way to extend the good cheer of the holiday season.
I think it's a little bit sad after Christmas is over and you're trying to figure out what to do with the tree. So if you can haul it out here and give it to the goats, one more way to feel good about Christmas, I think. Recycle, repurpose, re-goat. Re-goat.
Re-goat. That's a great idea. Dawn doesn't feed her goats trees that have been sprayed, she says, and of course she's checking them for stray ornaments too. She tells us the goats get them as snacks, not meals, because she says everything in moderation, even for the goats. Jack Daniel's is now selling coffee, infused, of course, with the flavor of Tennessee whiskey. The 150-year-old whiskey distillery recently released the coffee in partnership with World of Coffee. It is a morning drink with the taste of whiskey, but without the alcohol. It can be purchased at the Jack Daniel's online store. Still ahead here on the Now, you may have noticed people are placing yellow stickers on the back of their cars in some cases. Having one of these could help somebody else save your life. The story coming up next. You're watching the Now on WPTV News Channel 5.
Today on 5, weekdays 4:30 to 7 a.m.
You've seen it rain in the front yard, but not in the back. Experience nature's best and worst. Witness showers that come out of nowhere. Enjoy the thrill of going out. Whether you grew up in the sun or moved here for it, this is your home. WPTV News Channel 5.
Live Viper 5 Max, tracking storm conditions every minute and right to your backyard.
Storm Team 5 alerting you first with the area's only radar tower.
This is your home, and the Storm Team 5 technology is here to keep you safe.
Anywhere, anytime. Period.
Storm Team 5, only on WPTV News Channel 5. Breaking news and traffic trouble spots first.
Know what's happening right now.
With a view you won't get anywhere else.
Chopper 5, the only local helicopter covering breaking news first and fast.
Whether this is your hometown or your home now, this is your home. WPTV News Channel 5.
The Now South Florida is all about right now.
Oh my gosh, I love the Now.
Do you ever catch us on Channel 5 by chance?
I certainly do. I feel like I know you.
This is your home, and we're here to share relevant local news when you need it most.
It's a little bit of news and it's a little bit of fun stuff.
The Now South Florida, the only local 4 p.m. newscast.
WPTV News Channel 5 breaking important stories everywhere.
From north, south, east to west, we take you there.
With exclusive video from Chopper 5, the only local helicopter covering breaking news first and fast.
At WPTV, accuracy counts.
We get the facts right every time.
Breaking news happens fast. Get the best coverage from the team you trust.
This is your home, and we want you to stay informed.
We are
WPTV News Channel 5.
Today on 5, weekdays 4:30 to 7 a.m.
You've seen it rain in the front yard, but not in the back. Experience nature's best and worst. Witness showers that come out of nowhere. Enjoy the thrill of going out. Whether you grew up in the sun or moved here for it.
A horrible accident in the acreage is raising a lot of awareness about a life-saving program in Palm Beach County not enough people really know about quite yet. The Now's Jacqueline Powell is here in studio with what we can do to make sure firefighters have everything they need to help save your life if you are ever in a crash. Jacqueline?
Well, Shannon, when I covered this crash in the acreage yesterday, all 3 of the people involved were in very bad condition. They were rushed to the hospital, but it took hours before crews could track down any of their family members or medical information. And cases like this are exactly why the county has set up a program called Yellow Dot.
When she heard the sound of this crash, Michelle Damone ran out of her house to help the first victim she could get to.
I held the young lady.
A mother herself, Damone immediately thought of the woman's parents.
I want their families to get to the hospital as soon as possible.
But they didn't. I caught back up with Michelle today.
I just went on a crusade using social media trying to find them, but I couldn't find the young lady that I was helping the most, parents. And so I came to the hospital and stayed all afternoon until they could find her parents.
She told me it took 7 hours before the woman's family found out about the crash. Upset that it took so long, a light bulb went off.
I also remembered that there was a program out there so that this doesn't happen to anyone else.
Yellow Dot. Palm Beach County created Yellow Dot so firefighters can easily find crash victims' family members and their medical information.
All you have to do is take one of these stickers and put it on your back window to let firefighters know they can look in your glove box for your information. It'll let them know if you have any medical conditions they should be aware of as they treat you, and it will also help them get in touch with your emergency contacts in case you can't speak for yourself.
Palm Beach County firefighters are handing the stickers and brochures out at the South Florida Fair this weekend, stressing the importance of the program.
Do it for yourself, do it for your family, and do it for your local firefighter because, you know, it really does help us to make sure we're not giving you any medications that are contraindicated, make sure that we're calling the people that you need to call.
And if you can't make it to the fair but you'd like these, all you have to do is go to your local fire station. You can pick them up there. Back to you, Shannon.
Great story. Very helpful, Jacqueline. Thank you. If you're heading into downtown West Palm Beach this weekend, you may have to change your route. Parts of Banyan Boulevard will be blocked for all aboard Florida construction that's underway. The closure is right there at the Florida East Coast Railway tracks. You probably noticed it if the area is part of your morning commute. Workers are trying to finish up construction ahead of Brightline's launch this summer. You will need to find an alternate route until next Friday night. Florida Highway Patrol troopers say this man, Joshua West, now has a felony charge, all for avoiding a less than $2 fee. A trooper driving right behind this man on Wednesday saw this. Well, you saw it a moment ago. A black cover comes right down over the license plate. You're going to see it again here in just a second. Before the car went through the toll plaza. That's what the trooper noticed. There it goes. Can you believe it? The screen raised right after West apparently crossed through the toll. Troopers demonstrated the device and say they've never seen anything quite like this in real life.
So for a $1.25 toll, he now has a felony charge. And we want to let people know it's not worth it. Pay the toll or don't use the road.
Wow, troopers don't know how many times West may have hidden his license plate just to dodge tolls. A heavy load of snow led to the collapse of an Oregon elementary school's gymnasium. It served nearly 70 years worth of students. Authorities say the damage from the Thursday morning collapse was beyond repair, and the gym had to be torn down quickly because the walls were buckling and unstable, posing a serious safety hazard. The loss of this beloved building has generations of students reflecting on their time there.
I had PE and I did assemblies and yeah, it was just so much fun. I miss it.
I remember PE and climbing the ropes, and it was just a nice building. It still was a nice building last week, so it's kind of sad to see it go.
Yeah, it is. In the wake of the collapse, schools across that district in Oregon are closed for structural inspections. A lot of snow out there. It gets heavy for sure. We've been following all the flooding in California all week here on The Now. Take a look at this really neat drone video of floodgates opening in Sacramento. This small dam is what's called the Sacramento Wire? Anybody? All right. Heavy rain and snow melt from a significant warm storm raised water levels quickly through the area. Opening these wooden gates allows water to flow into this area, flooding out the YOLO bypass, as it's called in that region. It was last opened in December of 2015. Live pictures now from the South Florida Fair here in our neck of the woods. The gates opened at noon today, and News Channel 5, by the way, is the official weather provider of the South Florida Fair. Meteorologist James Whelan joining us with the fair forecast for all of us.
Yeah, we're happy to do it this year because it's beautiful out there. Now, I know we normally think the fair coming, chilly weather, but not this year, but not terribly hot either. It's gorgeous. Look at the forecast here. If you're heading out this evening for opening evening here, absolutely beautiful. Temperatures will fall into the low 60s, maybe even the low 70s, maybe even the upper 60s by the end of the night. Not too shabby. Partly cloudy skies, breezy out there too. Just a very slim chance for an isolated shower tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. Not a whole lot, though. They come in off that breezy easterly flow. They dump a little bit of rain, and then you return to partly cloudy skies. Over the weekend, gorgeous, a little bit less humid, mid to upper 70s. Should be fantastic for whatever you want to do if you're not going to the fair either. It looks nice. Now, we are tracking these couple of showers here in Martin County and a few off the Palm Beach County coastline, too. So here's forecast tonight. Very isolated shower, otherwise breezy and mild with low temperatures in the low 60s for the Treasure Coast, the upper 60s for the Palm Beaches.
James, thank you. A fishing trip for the record books. Take a look at what two Japanese men caught in the waters today. It is a massive tuna. This fish tipped the scales at about 677 pounds. It measures 7 feet, 8.5 inches long. That means it's longer than the tallest football player in the NBA. Okay, wrap your head around that. That is one big tuna. The tuna went for a pretty penny too. It sold at auction for just under $28,000. My goodness. It may have been more of one of the more controversial channels on TV anyway, but right now, after less than a year, it has gone dark. We first told you about Gun TV when it first went on the air last April. The home shopping channel for gun buyers basically promised not only to sell guns, but to promote gun safety as well. We checked out their website today. This is what was posted. Gun TV is presently off the air and is not currently accepting new orders. By the way, their Facebook page is blank at the moment as well. The people behind this say that it was a business decision, and they are now looking at other distribution options. Is that purse that you just purchased on eBay real? It can be hard to tell what's legit sometimes and what's not when you're shopping online. The Now's Ashley Henson here in studio with more on that.
Well, Shannon, eBay is now cracking down on those fakes. It's creating a network of professional authenticators to inspect products on site to make sure they're legit. You'll be able to use the service for a fee. It's going to cost you something, but eBay, they're not saying yet how much that's going to be. It's testing out the program with high-end handbags right now, but it will be expanding it later this year to other items that may have fakes as well. And eBay isn't the only company cracking down. Right now, Amazon is reportedly working with major brands on a registry to prevent fakes as well. So brands will have to register with the online store to try to stop scammers from selling those knockoffs. Shannon, back to you.
Whatever they can do was helpful. Ashley, thank you. I know it can be confusing sometimes. We're here in the newsroom. Miss Kelly Dunn is looking for the 5 o'clock news now.
That's right. Big news yesterday when President Obama decided to reverse the decision on wet foot, dry foot for Cuban migrants. Reaction still coming in, and now a lot of people who oppose his decision to change that policy are looking to President-elect Trump to see if maybe he would reverse it. So we'll have that story coming up beginning at 5.
Okay, we'll see you then. Kelly, thank you. It's a great weekend. A lot to do out there. We're going to be talking about that at 5 o'clock as well. Meanwhile, a neighborhood is rallying around a little girl who has a very rare type of blood cancer. The 4-year-old in this case was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. This was back in November. Right now, she's going through treatment for it. Her form of cancer starts when cells in her body begin to grow just out of control. It's a battle the family has been fighting now for nearly 2 months, made easier thanks to neighbors. Apparently there is another 4-year-old girl living nearby, and she has the same type of cancer.
She makes me feel like what I'm going through is somewhat normal. It's in a weird way.
The situation's not nice, but it's so nice to have someone that understands you and has been through the exact same thing you're going through.
The 2 girls go to the same clinic for treatment, which is going very, very well at the moment. That's great to hear. A life-saving new program in one Texas hospital involves something that you probably use in your kitchen every single day, a Ziploc freezer bag. It turns out this is one of the best tools at helping extremely premature babies survive their very first few hours of life. These tiny twins right here were born at just 30 weeks. One weighed 3 pounds, the other just shy of it. Seconds after they were born, nurses put both girls into Ziploc freezer bags to help keep their body temperature up. Preemies with temperatures below 96.8 are at a higher risk for infection and death.
They don't have the resources, the reserves, the brown fat to keep their temperature up, so they need help.
The study and subsequent changes, like warmer delivery rooms, have really resulted in fewer babies going into the neonatal intensive care unit altogether, but with some dangerously low temperatures. Incredible breakthroughs, and amazing to see that angel baby there in a Ziploc bag. Incredible. You can get a free health screening this weekend by visiting many Walmart or Sam's Club locations across the country. Apparently, screenings include blood glucose, blood pressure, vision, as well as body fat and body mass index readings. It's really good. Health insurance information will also be available. Walmart Wellness Day will take place between 10 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. That's on Saturday. Then Sam's Club screenings are open to members and the public from 11 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon. A Cincinnati girl right now is hoping to get the gift of a lifetime, one that many of us take for granted. It's our eyesight. With the help of some new technology out there, she's really hoping to be able to see better than ever before. But as the Now's Brianna Harper explains, that gift comes at a pretty big cost.
If you take a look at Addie Brown, she appears as your everyday 12-year-old. And when she's not busy practicing with her Swag Cats dance team,
I really like to read, and a book I'm reading right now is called Quidditch Through the Ages.
And somehow she manages to do all these things with little to no eyesight.
I can't see out of my left eye. All I can see is light and motion.
Addie was diagnosed with a disease called optic nerve hypoplasia that's left her legally blind since birth. But according to her parents, that's never stopped her before.
The most sighted blind child you'll ever meet. A lot of people don't realize she's visually impaired.
Now some new technology is hoping to turn that impairment into an improvement. Last summer, Addie tried on a pair of eSight eyewear for the very first time. The glasses capture real-time video that's shown on a high-tech LED display, providing 20/20 vision to those who could never see clearly before.
For the first time, she could actually see on the other side of the room. She could see faces, she could see across the street, she could see cars.
A once-in-a-lifetime experience that Addie hopes to soon make her new reality.
I'd be so happy because I'd be able to use it at school, almost anywhere.
And there's only about 1,000 people all across the country and Canada using the eSight technology. It's equipment that's produced in low volumes and very expensive to make. The glasses start at around $15,000. The Brown family is hoping to raise enough money to afford the eSight glasses and give Addie a brand new outlook.
It's something that would allow her to experience life on her own.
Makes you really grateful, doesn't it? Perspective. That was Brianna Harper reporting out of Cincinnati. That'll do it for the Now South Florida. News Channel 5 at 5 begins right now.
Now from WPTV, this is News Channel 5 at 5.
Moments ago, a man rescued from this water tower in Palm Beach Gardens.
This is a picture tweeted out by Palm Beach Gardens Fire showing crews climbing up the tower to rescue the man. News Channel 5's Tanya Rogers has been following this story and is live now with the details for us. Tanya?
Well, just a few moments ago, they were telling me Fire Rescue was saying that they just brought the man down from the tower. And I'll just step out of the way so you can see the water towers right here. You can see it from Hood Road and alternate A1A. They had to bring him down the complete tower because I'm told that the man was right at the top landing of this tower. Now, earlier, Fire Rescue tweeted the picture, as you just showed, of inside the water tower. Now, once they were able to reach him, because they said he had some kind of a medical issue, they had to figure out how to bring him down, put him in a basket, and then hoist him down. Now, around 2:30 this afternoon is when they received the call of this man having a medical issue. Fortunately, there was another worker who was with him, and that worker was able to call 911 and alert them. Now, once again, just a few moments ago, we're being told that the man was brought down safely. He's also being taken to a local hospital. Reporting live, Tanya Rogers, WPTV News Channel 5.
We didn't have to wait long for the first shark bite of 2017. The victim, a Martin County lifeguard. The lifeguard was paddling out on the water this morning when a shark bit his hand. Thankfully, the injuries are minor, but the bite prompted Martin County to fly double red flags, closing the water to swimmers. News Channel 5's Andrew Lofholm has more.
We were going to go swimming, but it looks like not going to happen today.
Tourists like Josh Burgess and Juan Prado came down from the snowy northern states for this holiday weekend.
We're actually talking about that on the way here, you know, how cool it would be to see a shark, but not a shark attacks.
The shark bite happened this morning to a lifeguard. The injuries are only minor.
Thank goodness it's not fatal or a really severe injury.
According to the University of Florida, Martin County is the 5th ranked county in the state for unprovoked shark attacks. For this Stewart native and avid beachgoer, he's not surprised a shark bite happened today.
This is their time of year to be coming in. Let's say they're the unwanted snowbirds or the unwanted tourists.
Andrew Lofholm reporting. The beach will reopen tomorrow. Coming up all new at 6, we'll hear from a woman who says there was a shark sighting just yesterday that also